If your joints feel stiff, swollen, or painful, especially first thing in the morning or after long periods of sitting, you're not alone. Arthritis is one of the most common conditions affecting older adults, and for many, the inflammation that comes with it makes everyday movement harder than it should be. But what if the pain in your knees, hands, or hips wasn't just a result of age or wear and tear? What if part of it was coming from the foods you eat or don't eat? Because here's the good news. Some foods don't just nourish your body, they actively help reduce inflammation, soothe stiff joints, and support long-term joint health. In fact, there are 8 powerful foods that seniors with arthritis should be eating regularly, not only to ease pain, but also to protect against further damage. Let's get right into it, starting with one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods of all, fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which have been shown in countless studies to reduce joint pain and morning stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis. Omega-3s help lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation in the body. Seniors who eat fatty fish just 2 to 3 times per week often notice improvements in mobility and a significant reduction in flare-ups. Another arthritis-friendly food is extra virgin olive oil. This isn't just a healthier cooking oil, it's a natural anti-inflammatory. Olive oil contains a compound called oleocanthal, which works similarly to ibuprofen by blocking inflammation pathways in the body. It also supports heart health, which is important for seniors managing both arthritis and cardiovascular conditions. Switching from processed oils to olive oil for cooking, drizzling, or dressings can make a big impact over time. Third, let's talk about berries, especially blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. These fruits are packed with antioxidants and compounds that help neutralize free radicals in the body, which are often responsible for joint tissue damage. They're also rich in anthocyanins, which have been linked to lower levels of inflammatory markers in people with joint pain. Adding a handful of berries to your breakfast or snack routine can support joint health and overall immunity. Broccoli is another powerhouse food. It contains a compound called sulforaphane, which helps block enzymes linked to joint destruction and inflammation. Broccoli is also high in vitamin K and calcium, which are essential for bone strength, something that becomes more important with age. Seniors who include cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts in their diet several times a week often experience better flexibility and less joint stiffness. Let's not forget turmeric, a bright yellow spice with centuries of use in traditional medicine. The active compound in turmeric, curcumin, has powerful anti-inflammatory properties. It can reduce swelling in the joints and help manage arthritis-related pain, especially when combined with black pepper, which boosts absorption. Whether added to teas, soups, or taken as a supplement, turmeric is one of the most effective natural remedies for chronic inflammation. Next up is nuts, particularly walnuts, almonds, and pistachios. These are rich in healthy fats, fiber, and vitamin E, all of which help reduce inflammation in the body. Walnuts, for example, are especially high in omega-3s. Eating a small handful of mixed nuts each day can improve joint comfort, support brain health, and stabilize blood sugar levels, an important bonus for seniors managing multiple health concerns. Spinach deserves a spot on the list as well. It's loaded with antioxidants and plant compounds that help protect the body from inflammatory stress. Spinach is also rich in magnesium, which supports muscle relaxation and bone health. Including dark leafy greens in your meals can reduce swelling and improve how your joints feel, especially when you've been less active or sitting for long periods. And finally, we have green tea, a soothing, anti-inflammatory beverage that's easy to include in your routine. Green tea contains polyphenols and antioxidants that help reduce cartilage damage and joint inflammation. It also supports weight management, which plays a huge role in how much pressure your joints are under day to day. Many seniors find that drinking a cup or 2 of green tea per day helps them feel lighter, more mobile, and less achy overall. These 8 foods, fatty fish, olive oil, berries, broccoli, turmeric, nuts, spinach, and green tea, work together to protect the body from the inside out. They don't just ease pain temporarily, they help rebuild and reinforce the systems that keep you moving. And when you start incorporating them regularly, your joints begin to feel the difference. Movements feel smoother, swelling goes down, that burning ache becomes less constant, and daily tasks begin to feel doable again. You don't need to completely overhaul your diet overnight, but simply adding more of these foods into your meals, replacing processed choices with whole, anti-inflammatory ingredients, and building habits around nourishment rather than restriction can completely change the way your body feels and functions. Once you begin adding these foods into your daily meals, your body doesn't take long to respond. The first thing many seniors notice is reduced stiffness, especially in the morning. Getting out of bed feels easier. Those first few steps don't feel as tight or painful as before. That's because the anti-inflammatory compounds in these foods start calming down the immune response that triggers joint swelling and discomfort. Over the next couple of weeks, a second change often follows. Better mobility. Movements that once caused sharp pain or hesitation, like standing up from a chair or walking upstairs, begin to feel more manageable. The muscles and joints start working together more smoothly, with less tension and resistance. For those who used to struggle with balance or felt unsteady on their feet, these improvements in joint comfort often bring a renewed sense of confidence. The key to these changes is consistency. It's not about having olive oil or spinach once a week. It's about making them a regular part of your routine. That means reaching for green tea instead of soda or sugary drinks. It means preparing salmon or sardines a couple of times a week instead of processed meat. It means adding berries to breakfast, tossing nuts on a salad, and using turmeric in your soup or stew. These simple swaps, done repeatedly, begin to reshape how your body handles inflammation. One of the most powerful outcomes of reducing inflammation through food is how it affects your energy. Chronic inflammation is exhausting. It places a constant burden on your immune system, muscles, and nerves. When you reduce that burden, energy starts to come back. You feel less drained by simple tasks. You recover faster after activity. You stop relying on caffeine or medications to get through the day. That's when your body starts to feel more alive again. Not younger, but stronger, more capable, and more in tune with itself. Another major shift happens in sleep quality. Inflammation often interferes with deep, restorative sleep. That's why so many people with arthritis struggle to fall asleep, stay asleep, or wake up feeling rested. As inflammation lowers, the body becomes calmer. You may find yourself sleeping through the night more often, waking with fewer aches, and starting the day with more clarity and less grogginess. Sleep is when the body repairs joint tissue and reduces swelling, so better sleep means better joint recovery, which leads to better days. These changes don't just affect how you feel physically, they affect your mood. Pain and inflammation take a toll on emotional health. Constant discomfort can lead to irritability, low motivation, even depression. When your joints stop hurting, your mindset improves. You become more open to movement, more willing to stay active, more positive about what your body can still do. It's not just about eating healthy, it's about restoring your sense of control over how you age. One of the best parts about these foods is that they work in harmony with the body. Unlike some medications which come with side effects or interactions, anti-inflammatory foods offer benefits that ripple through multiple systems. Omega-3s from fish don't just reduce joint pain, they support heart health and brain function. Leafy greens don't just help your knees, they improve digestion, eye health, and circulation. Berries fight inflammation, yes, but they also boost the immune system and support skin repair. Every time you make a choice that includes one of these foods, you're supporting your entire body, not just your joints. It's also important to understand that inflammation builds up quietly. You may not feel it in the beginning, but over time it wears down cartilage, irritates nerves, and stiffens soft tissue. By the time pain shows up, the damage may have been building for years. That's why it's so important to start early. The sooner you build your meals around anti-inflammatory ingredients, the more protection you give your joints against future damage. And if you're someone who already has moderate to severe arthritis, don't feel like it's too late. Your body still responds. Even if the damage can't be reversed completely, reducing inflammation now can slow the progression of joint deterioration. It can ease symptoms, lower your need for medication, and extend the years you stay mobile, active, and pain-free. You don't need complicated recipes or expensive ingredients to do this. A bowl of steamed broccoli with olive oil, a cup of green tea after lunch, a simple salmon fillet with lemon and turmeric, a smoothie with spinach and frozen berries. These aren't exotic meals. They're simple, powerful combinations that work quietly in the background, helping your body repair and stabilize. There's a kind of momentum that builds when your body starts to feel better. The less pain you feel, the more you move. The more you move, the more blood flows to the joints. The better your circulation, the more nutrients reach the cartilage and tissues that need healing. One good habit feeds another. That's how long-term health is built, not through perfection, but through one consistent choice at a time. When your joints stop hurting, life starts opening up again. You walk a little farther without hesitation. You stand a little longer without discomfort. You stretch without wincing. And most importantly, you begin to feel like yourself again. Not limited by pain or stiffness, but supported by strength and stability. That's the quiet power of food. The right meals don't just fill your stomach. They nourish your joints, calm inflammation, and help your body move with less resistance. This isn't about restriction. It's about relief. It's about waking up without aching knees. It's about making it through your day without reaching for pain medication. It's about giving your body what it has been asking for, real, healing nourishment. One of the most overlooked benefits of anti-inflammatory foods is how they help protect the joints long-term. Arthritis doesn't just appear suddenly. It's a slow process that happens over years of low-grade inflammation, wear and tear, and nutrient gaps. By giving your body omega-3s, antioxidants, polyphenols, and vitamins consistently, you build a defense system that strengthens joint tissue, preserves cartilage, and reduces the enzymes that destroy healthy cells. And you're not just reacting to pain, you're staying ahead of it. Mobility is one of the most important indicators of longevity. The more you move, the more you maintain your independence, balance, and overall health. But mobility becomes harder when you're battling inflammation. That's why seniors who focus on nutrition as a tool, not just a habit, tend to experience longer-lasting flexibility, fewer falls, and improved confidence in daily tasks. This isn't just about comfort. This is about staying active in your own life. You may be wondering, do I have to eat all 8 of these foods every day? The answer is no. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. Maybe you start with one change, adding olive oil to your vegetables, swapping out dessert for a bowl of berries, having green tea after lunch instead of soda or sweetened coffee. One change, repeated over time, becomes a habit, and those habits begin to shape a body that moves with ease and less pain. If you live with arthritis, you know that pain doesn't just affect your joints. It affects your mood, your sleep, your energy, your relationships. That's why any improvement matters, because when the pain eases, you get more of your life back. More smiles, more movement, more freedom. And it all starts with what you put on your plate. These foods are not magic, but they are medicine. The kind of medicine that comes without side effects. The kind of medicine your body recognizes, uses, and thanks you for. And the more consistently you eat them, the more they begin to change how your body feels, quietly, steadily, and powerfully. So if you've been feeling stiff, sore, or limited by arthritis, know this: your body is still capable of healing, of improving, of moving better than it does today. And it starts with real food, with real nutrients, with small, doable steps. If this video helped you, please share it with someone you love. So many seniors live with joint pain without realizing that food can be part of the solution. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to Senior Health Zone, your trusted space for practical, easy-to-follow tips to help you feel better, move better, and live stronger as you age. Remember, your body still wants to move. Let's give it what it needs to do just that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.